Have a nice gay.
Hey, beautiful. It's Sunday, March the 7th, 2021. Welcome to Have a Nice Gay, the podcast that wants to be part of your world. I'm Mike Johnson, and I'm here with Matthew Keano of Marrowfins, a queer business in Orlando, Florida. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
Just fine, thank you. So we're doing a new thing. We are looking at queer business owners and highlighting them and their success and what they're up to. You own a queer business.
Yes, possibly the gayest business you could probably ever own.
That's great. Tell us about it. What do you do? What is your business?
I specialize in making custom-made mermaid tails.
Mermaid tails. So you mean like people like cosplaying as a mermaid, but like in a legit way?
It goes from like people just like wanting to be a mermaid, like hanging out in their bathtub, to actual like cosplayers at like Comic-Con and stuff like that. So like all the way to music videos and stuff like that. So it varies on the person, but yeah, serious cosplay is one of the outlets.
That's really awesome. Like there's something super queer about dressing up, right? And to make a whole business out of it is so cool. How did you get started doing that?
I was originally dating one of my exes back when I was like 17, 18, and he was really into mermaids. So I started making them for him. And then when I left, people were kind of just like throwing money at me and being like, I want your art. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, okay, I guess I can keep doing this.
Awesome. So how has being queer impacted your business? Like, is it first of all, is it part of your business's like branding or theme at all?
Oh, very much so. Yeah. Like me and my husband, Luke, are all over my company. Like just yesterday we posted for probably like 5 or 6 photos. We posted a bunch of us just like underwater kissing, modeling together, stuff like that in tails. My company is definitely a queer company. It has its like pros and cons to being queer because of like political climate that we live in right now. Mm-hmm. I've actually had some people like boycott my company simply because we're gay owned and I quote unquote put it in their face that I'm gay. But then predominantly it's positive because like who has more connections to artists, fashion tutorials, magazines, stuff like that than gay people. Yeah. So it's definitely predominantly queer and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. That's awesome. So would you say a net positive?
Oh yeah.
More good than bad, right?
Yeah. Way more positive than negative.
And Les, do you have any advice for people that want to start a business, queer or otherwise?
More so just solidify, like it's easier to pick one lane at first and then perfect that and then build off of it. So many people have the idea of just wanting to start a business with like a very broad idea instead of polishing down to one thing and then building on too many people want to go from like 0 to 100 way too fast when if you go too fast, you're going to get a ticket.
Yeah, right. That's great. I love it. So if people want to check you out, support you, find out more about what you do, how can they do that? How can they get a hold of you?
You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not really good at social media. Luke mostly helps me with that because he's young and I'm old. But social media is all Marrowfins. You can Google it. It's publicized pretty well. I do what I can. And I'm thinking about starting a Patreon, but I haven't decided yet because I feel like it would be just another thing I would put on Luke's shoulders.
Marrowfins, MERROWFINS, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. Matthew, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So that is it for Queer Business Corner on Have a Nice Gay. Join us tomorrow for another Kyle's Motivational Monday. We are Have a Nice Gay Pod on all social media, and our website is haveanicegay.com. If you or someone you know has a queer business we should feature, email us at haveanicegaypod@gmail.com. Thank you again to Matthew Keano from the Marrowfins in Orlando, Florida. Until then, have a nice gay, Matthew.
Have a nice gay, Mac.
Have a nice gay.